Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing an unboxing of an electric bike. It's just turned up and the box is slightly bigger than I was expecting. This is a basis protocol. It was £699 and it's from a company called e-bikesdirect. I will put a link in the description. There's not been many reviews of this bike, so what I'm going to do is get it built up and then sort of, keep you in the loop over the next few weeks as to how things are going. So without further ado, let's get it unboxed, shall we? Now, annoyingly, the recycling bin has literally just been emptied. Well, it's well packed anyway. Luckily it's nowhere near as big as this box. Well, let's get it taken apart, shall we? See what we've got here. Right, so that's what we're left with in the box. As you can see, luckily not quite as big as the box. So now, let's get that unwrapped. Right, so now that's out of the box. Let's get rid of that big box, shall we? And all the rubbish. I've got absolutely no idea where I'm going to put this. I think I may have to cut that down, because otherwise I don't know where I'm going to put that. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm going to take all the bubble wrap off, but I'm going to use a pair of scissors, because no doubt if I use the Stanley knife I will end up puncturing the tyres. Now I'm hoping, once I've unwrapped this, all I've got to do is put the handlebars on. Oh, and the pedals. Okay, quite a lot of bubble wrap. There you go. Box of goodies. My God. There she is unwrapped. By the looks of things, we need to adjust that because it's not quite straight. We need to obviously put the pedals on. We've got the front reflector, that's going to obviously need tightening up, and we need to put the handlebars straight. Oh, actually, also, so we've got this box of goodies. I'm guessing these. Oh, I was going to say the pedals, but actually the charger. We'll have a look at that after. So what else have we got in here? Got the pre-delivery inspection sheet. We've got some metal pedals, which I thought, to be honest, would have just been plastic, but metal, which is great. We have a box of tools there, so I don't have to use my own. We have an instruction booklet, and we also have the charger, which I will show you after. So I'm not going to use the instructions for now. I'll see how I get on, and if I do struggle, then instructions it is. First things first, let's put the pedals on. The right pedal is marked blue and screws into the right crank. I think this should be pretty straightforward. We have right on that one and left on that one. Okay, so the right one's on. Now, time for the left one. And if I remember correctly, I think it does state on there. Let's have a look. Basically, the one on the right, you turn the normal way, which is right to tighten it up. But on the left, you have to do it anti-clockwise, because if you don't, as you're pedalling forward, the pedal will start to loosen itself and eventually fall off. Very straightforward, but as you can see, it is a left-hand turn. The left one should always tighten up anti-clockwise. Make sure they're nice and tight. I will check everything's tight after I've put it all together. Now time to do the handlebars. The way you do this is there's an Allen key bolt right there, just onto the side. Need to undo them. I'd say don't undo them too much, just enough so you can move it. Oh, goodness me, that one's tight. Blimey, that one was tight. Okay, so don't undo them too much, like I say. And then what we want to do is we want to stand holding the front tyre between the legs, and then basically get it so it's nice and straight. I will double check this after, but once you've got it straight, you simply do those two bolts up again. Like that. Get it nice and tight. As I say, I will double check it after. I'll make sure it's not only adjusted correctly, but I'll check it's all nice and tight. And I will check all the bolts, even the ones that I've not done. Get that adjusted, shall we? Firstly, it says peel here, so now that's off. Let's get this tightened up. Not the best of screwdrivers. Do that. Let's put that right up against the centre bit. Get it nice and tight if we can. That's that done. Done that, that's lovely and tight. What I'm going to have to do now is hire the seat because that is far too low. And then once I've hired the seat, I can adjust that rear reflector. So let's do that now. This is just going to be an approximate adjustment at the moment. It is quick release, so that should be nice and easy to do. Again, let's just double check that we've got that centralised. That's about right. Tighten that back up. Have to go down a bit. Let's get that nice and centralised right there. I think that's everything. So let's just have a look what we've got, shall we? Aluminium double wall rims, which look really nice, to be honest with you. We've got, I don't really know much about bikes, to be honest, but we've got these. I mean, these are going to need pumping up, but we've got some nice tyres with like a grey banding around them, which is nice. We've got 160mm disc brakes. We've got, I think that's the motor. We've got a built-in stand, which is a nice feature, so let's put it on the stand, which makes it a lot easier to show you now. Then we've got a built-in battery, which you can charge here, but I also believe that you can take the battery out. I'll have to have a look in the instructions, but I think it comes out from just under there. But like I say, I'll have to check the instructions. Again, on the front, I've got 160mm disc brake. It looks like this front wheel is, let's take that off, is a quick release wheel. We've got suspension. Whether that's any good or not, I don't know. But then coming up, we've got the quick release saddle, as you can see there. And on the handlebars, we've got grip shift gears. And we've got, what have we got here? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a 6-speed bike. And then on the other side, we have the LCD display. And I've just noticed that I've got a bell that's going to need adjusting. So I'll just do that quickly. Okay, so I've just adjusted the bell. Someone had put it on totally the wrong way. Not only was it upside down, but this was on this side. I'll just show you the brakes as well. They are actually an aluminium handle as opposed to the standard plastic, which is a nice little touch. But at the moment, there she is. I'm quite happy. What I've got to do next is I've bought some mud guards. I will show you putting them on, and then I will show you what they look like with them on. So I bought these mud flaps. I got them off Amazon. I think they were $16.99, made out of not a bad quality plastic. Obviously that's the rear one, and then we've got the front. It does come with all the bits that we need. Got cable ties and brackets, etc. Now I do believe, I've read some of the reviews to say that you get 3 different sized bolts, and apparently the sizes are wrong, as in either too long or too short. Yes, now that one there is not long enough. So I've got two slightly longer ones, well I say two slightly longer ones. They're a lot longer. This is an awful job. So what I've done here is I've put that bracket in, which literally just pushes in. You've got a hole there, I don't know if you can see it, and you've got a hole on the other side. And then I've put an Allen key bolt that comes supplied, all the bolts come supplied, straight through. Now, I think that's slightly too long, but if I use the shorter one, it's too short. And then on the back here you've got this piece of metal which goes down and then just clips, well you just pop it in place on the frame, and then you use the supplied zip ties to put it in place. And the same on this side, I don't know if you can see that, just pops in place right there. Snip them off after. Now it looks straight, but let's just see if it's adjusted correctly. That in there seems mighty close to the tyre. I think we might have just got away with it, but it is close. So I'm just going to do a quick test to make sure it's not rubbing on that tyre. Now there is some rubbing, but I don't think that is coming from the mud flap. I think that's coming from the brakes. They might need some slight adjustment. So shall we get on with the front one, which I think we might struggle with, to be honest with you. Because looking at that there, obviously we can't screw anything onto that, and I don't think the frame is that so we might have to pack it out with a load of washes, of which obviously we shouldn't have to. But let's see how we get on, shall we? As you can see, that is far too long. Now I've got two choices. I could either send it back or pack it out with quite a few washes, which, like I say, I shouldn't have to do. I don't know if you can you see that properly? You can't really see it. But it's far too long, because obviously you've got the threads. The threads stop where my finger is now. And we've still got all of that. We've still got a good 15 mil. I'll just show you how these go together, because I didn't show you on the last one. So basically, I've got this little bracket, and it goes, it can either go in that way, or it can go in that way. Now I'm going to put it in that way, and it just literally just clips all the way in, like so, and that's that. I might have to get in touch with the seller and just say, look, I need a smaller bolt. So I've got 1, 2, 3, I've got 10 there. That's a ridiculous length bolt. So I'm just going to adjust that now. That's about right. Definitely do with 3 hands for this. But it is quite difficult to do on your own. As you can see, that one's been fitted, but then if you can tell, I've got 10 washes on there. So what I am going to do is I am going to get in touch with the seller and get them to get me, or get them to send me a smaller one, because that is ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. So there she is with the mud flaps on. Not looking too bad, to be honest with you. I went for these mud flaps because I'm looking at putting a pannier on the back and a bag, and I found that these were a lot better to do that kind of thing. I'm not going to do it just yet, but hopefully it will fit on just nicely. I've actually also bought one of these lamicoal, I think that's how you say it, saddle bags, which is going to go just there. Once it's in, you're just going to push it all the way to the other side. There it is. Not the easiest of things to do. There you go. And that's out there. And I'll do the other one. Okay, so now they're on, let's get it put on the bike. Now they do give you plenty of Velcro. I don't need the amount that they're giving me, so I will put it on now, and then I will chop it off. Second back one. We've got the front one that just goes around the top of the stem on the handlebars, and then we've got the 2 that go underneath. Like I say, I've got to chop down the Velcro. Now basically, this is pretty cool. So, I can just do this. You've got a 1.8 litre bag. You've got a little, I don't know if you can see that, pocket in there, and then you've got another pocket. I'm just going to put my bits and bobs in there. I've got a pump, not sure whether I'm going to put it in there or on the frame. And then you close that, you zip that up, and then if you put your phone in there, and you got it like that. Nifty. I think I paid $21.99 off Amazon, something like that. Well worth it. Now I've done that, I'm just going to go around and I'm going to double check all of the bolts, make sure they're all okay, not only the ones that I fitted but the ones that are already pre-fitted, and make sure that they're all good. check the height of the seat. Maybe ever so slightly too high for me, but otherwise that wasn't a bad guess. Let's try again. Yeah, that's better. Let's move on to the battery charger, shall we? Let's have a look at this. Okay, just looks like a standard charging kit. Flashing red charging, green charged okay. So what I'm going to do, seeing as it's not raining, I'm going to charge this outside. Apparently it takes 4 to 6 hours to charge. So the time now is 1:20. I probably won't be able to get a chance to ride it tonight, unfortunately. However, we'll see how we go, shall we? So I've plugged the charger into the wall, but basically what you do is you lift that up there, which leaves that connector, and you simply just plug it into there, and then check this light. It's a bit, let's have a look. You can just, there you go. Well, it's not flashing like it said it would, so it's just red at the moment. Don't know what that means. We'll leave it anyway, see what happens.
A few moments later.
Right guys, so just done my maiden ride, and yeah, so far so good. However, the seat is one of the most uncomfortable seats I've ever sat on, so I've ordered a new one. Hopefully that'll be here tomorrow. This, now I've downloaded the manual and I've tried so many times, but I still can't get it to display in miles per hour. I've read the instructions several times, I've looked on YouTube, the whole lot, but I cannot seem to do it. It just sits, it's out of focus that is, I'm sorry. It just sits on kilometres an hour for some reason. Not really had to do any adjustments, to be honest. Everything's all tickety-boo at the moment. Like I say, new seat is a must. That'll be here tomorrow, so I'll get that fitted. That's really uncomfortable. And hopefully, I have emailed e-bikesdirect. Hopefully, they'll be able to guide me in the right direction as to how to change this, because up to now, the only thing I've figured out how to do, or the only thing that actually works, is how to change the backlight on it. Or, so yeah, how to change the intensity of the backlight. Otherwise, nothing else is actually working. So far, so good. I will let you know when I get the new seat if that makes it any better. But like I say, otherwise at the moment I'm quite impressed. Having never ridden an electric bike, I wasn't sure what to expect. And just round the corner from my house there is a hill. It's not dead steep, but it's steep enough for it to cause an issue for me. But if I put it on battery mode on the highest setting, which is level 5, it makes it a lot easier to navigate. So I'm going to head off home now, and I will catch you in the next one. One thing I forgot to say was it changes gears nice and smooth. Brakes are a little bit squeaky at the moment, but I think that's more because they're new. And the power kicks in pretty quick. So yeah, currently I'm really impressed with it.